In his letter to the Romans, Paul introduces himself as a servant of Christ Jesus, called to be an apostle and set apart for the gospel of God. He expresses his eagerness to preach the gospel to those in Rome and emphasizes that it is the power of God for salvation to everyone who believes, first for the Jew, then for the Gentile. Paul highlights that in the gospel, the righteousness of God is revealed, a righteousness that is by faith from first to last. He then addresses the wrath of God being revealed against all the godlessness and wickedness of people who suppress the truth by their wickedness. He explains that what may be known about God is plain to them because God has made it plain. His invisible qualities, eternal power, and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. Despite knowing God, they did not glorify him as God or give thanks to him, but instead their thinking became futile, and their foolish hearts were darkened. Claiming to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images made to look like mortal human beings and animals. Therefore, God gave them over to their sinful desires and the shameful lusts of their hearts. Women exchanged natural relations for unnatural ones, and men abandoned natural relations with women and were inflamed with lust for one another. They committed shameful acts and received in themselves the due penalty for their error. Furthermore, since they did not think it worthwhile to retain the knowledge of God, he gave them over to a depraved mind, so they do what ought not to be done. They have become filled with every kind of wickedness, evil, greed, and depravity, full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, and malice. They are gossips, slanderers, God-haters, insolent, arrogant, and boastful. They invent ways of doing evil and disobey their parents. They have no understanding, no fidelity, no love, and no mercy. Although they know God's righteous decree that those who do such things deserve death, they not only continue to do these very things, but also approve of those who practice them.